ごめんね素直じゃなくて夢の中なら言える思考回路はショート寸前今すぐ会いたいよ泣きたくなるよなムーンライト電話もできないみんなだって純情どうしようハートは万華鏡月の光に導かれ何度も巡り合う星座の瞬き数え占う恋の行方同じ国に生まれたのミラクルロマンス信じているのミラクルロマンス
Hey guys, and welcome back.
Hey guys, welcome to the 4th episode of Moonie Thoughts.
And it's nearly halfway through the year.
Yeah.
So, as you may know, as we were editing and uploading last month's episode, we have the new season 3
Yeah.
episodes.
Yes, we do. I'm so happy. I feel like there is a void in my life and now it's been filled again.
It's always been our luck. Every single time.
Well, we knew this was coming.
Yeah. But it was like getting really weird, like up to the point like, are we really getting it at all? On Crunchyroll
yeah,
or Hulu?
for the stream, yeah.
Yeah.
The multi-stream. Simulcast, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. But thank goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, even Crunchyroll was getting really, really worried. I remember reading a tweet saying that Crunchyroll was actually worried about not doing the stream because of how close it was at the end.
Well, I'm glad that they got it all sorted out, because
Thank you,
otherwise,
Viz
I
Media.
would have watched it. Nothing could stop me from watching it. It just would have been harder.
Yeah. Thank you, Viz Media. So, let's jump into... before we jump into, like, the summary, let's explain how it's going to work this time.
Okay. Since we will be having weekly episodes instead of only, like, 2, possibly 3 per month, that gives us a lot more stuff to cover. So we're going to be we're only going to focus on topics that we really want to discuss about the episodes. We're not going to go into really detailed summaries, just maybe 1 or 2 sentences, because, let's be honest, if you are listening to this, chances are you already saw the episodes. You don't need us to retell you everything. So we're going to try to keep episode summaries concise, discussion. We're going to try to really just nail down to points that we think are most important so we can fit all of them in the episode discussion without it running too long.
And if you are a little bit worried why we haven't covered this week's episode, don't worry. It will be covered in the next podcast.
Yeah, remember, we record these beforehand. We have to give ourselves at least like a week or so to get all the research together and edit and everything. So, even though we both know episode 5 will have aired by the time this episode of Moonie Thoughts goes up, as of right now, it hasn't been uploaded yet, so we haven't seen it, and we'll cover it in the next episode.
So, episode 1 is basically getting back into it, really. Like reintroducing the characters that we know. And also the new cast. So it's like Barrow 90, the head of the supervisor of the Witches 5.
All the new baddies. The mysterious and famous and attractive and all of that Haruka and Michiru.
However, as as a powerful black blast hits one of the Mugen Academy students, a creature basically, like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, the pole went in and the monster came out of her.
Yeah.
With a new transformation for each skill, and I do mean new transformations,
Mm-hmm.
the Senshis kicked some serious butt.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
We'll talk about them more in depth later, but I will just say for now, I love the new transformation so much.
Well, for me, it's a little bit mixed, though. I'll explain that a bit later if we have time. But not only they kicked some butt, they did it in public.
Yeah, and as much as I adore how they translated the attack animations from how they were illustrated in the manga, I think they're great, and I love how even though Jupiter's new attack is one of her plant-based ones, they still included some lightning imagery in it.
Mm.
I did also notice, like, they transformed right in the middle of a public street where people were obviously still there, so that's not how you keep up secret identities, guys.
Yeah, but I guess it was like an emergency kind of thing.
Yeah, but still, you'd think they would, like, duck into a side street or something. Like, they were right next to one. I don't know. Either way, I guess no one saw, so no big deal.
Yeah. So...
And remember when we were talking about the games, and you were so thrown by Coconut Cyclone?
Yes! I was like, what? First of all, Coconut, like, that sounds familiar. Not like a game exclusive snuck into Season 3.
Well, the Coconut Cyclone was always in the manga. That's where they got it for the game.
Yeah.
So, that was fun.
Mm.
I told you it was real.
So, of course, a new evil has risen its ugly head. Will the girls be able to save the world yet again? And who is Pharaoh 90?
All things we will learn in the coming episodes. My quick breakdown of the major differences between the anime and the manga. The big one is that this whole act was split up into 2 episodes, which I remember we talked about how the season was approved to have one more episode than there were acts for this arc, and we assumed that the extra episode would come in somewhere near the end, but apparently it's here in the beginning, because they split the first act into 2 episodes. So,
well, at least they got the double episode out of the way first.
Yeah, there you go. The anime, the dream that Hotaru and Mamoru have in the very, very beginning, the anime actually shows what it is. It's, like destroyed buildings and the world crumbling and whatever. The manga doesn't have any kind of imagery like that, so you aren't entirely sure what freaked them out so bad.
And now you do.
Yeah, but we know ahead of time in this. The anime refers to what happens to the victims of the Deathbusters as reversion, which is, when the monster pops out of them, while the manga calls it atavism, which, from what I understand, is roughly the same thing. There's, minuscule differences, but it's pretty much the same thing. They updated Haruka and Michiru's phones when they're calling their helicopters. They now have, iPhones or whatever, and in the manga they had old boxy 90s cell phones. And a little addition that I liked, the anime added a bit more personality to the discussion of how the characters introduce Mugen Academy and what it is, because the manga doesn't really discuss Minako's idol obsession and how she's going the idols go there, I want to go meet them. And, of course, Ray and Amy teasing Usagi about how she has no business going to a genius academy.
Well, she's more of a ditz than a smart.
Yeah. But otherwise, really the main difference is that they split it into 2 parts. Otherwise, everything is fairly minor.
So part 2 is episode 2. And part 2, the Witches 5 got given a new task to annihilate the Senshi with an added promotion.
They can become magesses, which is apparently what Kaoli Night is.
On the exact same day, there was a mission and a school trip. The school trip was with Chibiusa, and the mission was with the older girls. And you
They
said
all, either intentionally or by accident, ended up on the Mugen Academy grounds or near them.
Of course, Yusagi used her moonstick. Transformation stick, sorry. Her lunar beam. To transform her into a Mugen Academy student. And she looks so adorable in those glasses.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. You know what else was adorable?
What?
The Tuxedo Mask Communicator.
Oh yeah, that's right!
It's so cute with the little mask symbol. I love it. I want it to come with the Tuxedo Mask puppet. To give it to me. And this is the first look we get at the Witches 5. And I've always loved their designs, so I love getting a look at them. I think they translate great into this new style. So I'm excited to see even more of them.
At later night, a creature decided to come out after Yusagi and Chibiusa. And of course, before that, there was Michiru's and Haruka's warnings. And who was that girl that was suffering earlier?
Yeah, the one that the Senshi saved from the diamond. So, first off, I love the violin tune that Michiru was playing when Usagi found her. I think they did really well with making it sound kind of oceany. Okay, so spoiler alert, the girl that they rescue, her name is Hotaru. And, she's known for being, like, gentle and ladylike and, like, very subdued and demure and, quiet, whatever. The first full line she gets is, "Who the hell are you?" Hotaru, that's not very ladylike.
You're supposed to be petite. What I mean by petite, I mean like, with mannerism. Petite.
Yeah. Exactly. And, and we talked about in the last episode, they just straight up transformed in the middle of a public street, but now Usagi is freaking out that Hotaru is going to know who she and Chibiusa are. But, okay, whatever. Do you, I guess. The only difference for the manga was that since this was still technically the first act in the manga, they had to add a little something to kind of fill up the time for the anime episode. So, in the manga, the act ended before the fight with the monster actually began, and only Sailor Moon and Sailor Chibi Moon were there to fight it, because the others still hadn't caught up with Usagi yet. And also, all the scenes with the Witches 5 that were there at the fight that showed them planting the seed in the cat and watching the fight and stuff, that wasn't in the manga. I'm pretty sure they added those, and they added all of the other Senshi being there and transforming and attacking, just, like I said, to pad out that time to make it a full episode. That was really the only difference.
Yeah, which was a really smart move.
It was a pretty long act, and there was a lot of stuff in it that wouldn't really work to cut out, so I think they made the right call with stretching it.
and Chibi Moon got injured.
Mm-hmm.
So, and left off of episode 2 and going into episode 3, Hotaru was healing Chibi Moon's wound. And also she instructed the girls to leave before the guards did their rounds and introduced herself. But at home, her life is a different story. And if you follow the manga, and if you remember in the 90s anime, she kept on having these attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, family issues and personal issues.
Yep. She's having one of said attacks, and it won't go away when her dad presents her with this amulet that looks basically exactly like one Kaoli Knight has that she uses to look in her water mirror. So obviously, you know, considering the fact that Kaoli Knight works as Dr. Tomoe's assistant under the name Kirari, and they have the same pendant, it's really hinting towards Dr. Tomoe being somehow involved in whatever is going on with the Pharaoh 90 and Deathbusters crew.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wanted to say that the way that Hotaru's pendant, the crystal, is animated in 3D, it's, you know, it looks kind of strange when it's juxtaposed with the 2D, that's the rest of the anime, but I think that works because it's obviously some sort of magical, weird thing, so having it not look quite like it fits in thematically is appropriate.
Well, the last 2 acts they had CGI transformations, so of course it's gonna work. And to be quite honest, this episode had so many plot points that we could not be able to summarize them in all in one paragraph.
It was Ray's birthday!
Yes, so.
Happy birthday, Ray! I love you.
Not only that, there was kind of like this rotation thing. And also Uranus kissing Moon.
Well, before that, though, what I consider the most important part of the act was the super awesome amazingness that is a Sailor Mars and Sailor Jupiter team-up, because they are only my very first and very close second favorite senshi.
Yeah, they did an amazing job.
Exactly.
Yeah. Even though at the end the other 3 came in kicked butt.
I have a little bit to add on that, but I'll wait until we're done with this summary.
But having those 2 do most of the fighting is awesome.
Mm-hmm. So, once Iyuriel was defeated, I always felt that the Witches 5 should, like, change their name as they get picked off. Like, so they should be the Witches 4 now.
Back with Uranus and Moon. Uranus, of course, still calling Sailor Moon Bunhead. Another indication that Haruka knows about Yusaki being Sailor Moon somehow. Warning her not to get in their way. Could this relate to the 3 talismans?
Probably. Alright, so as beautiful and awesome as the Sailor Mars Sailor Jupiter team-up was, it was even better in the manga because Sailor Mars' super awesome bomb new attack, Mars Snakefire, actually damage in the anime. She does it and it, you know, kind of blows Iyuriel back, but then Iyuriel just blasts Mars and Jupiter with fire and kind of wipes the floor with them until the other Senshi show up. Whereas in the manga, Snakefire actually damaged Iyuriel and made her turn into like one of those gross zombie mummies that we hate. Sailor Moon just came in to finish her off. So, Mars' attack was more effective and more powerful. It was a little annoying.
I was wondering when the zombie mummies will come back in. I was waiting for that. Yeah.
Also, a little tiny timeline difference again. In the manga, this act ended right as Sailor Moon begins to chase Sailor Uranus, who I guess at this point we don't technically know is Sailor Uranus yet, but we know.
Yeah.
But, whereas the anime ended it after the kiss. So it added just a little scene, which I think was fine because it gave it a cliffhanger to end it on. So,
which picks up in episode 4. Episode 4, of course, picking up from the kiss, and Sailor Moon wonders who the new Senshi was, and of course is Uranus. While they wonder about what she meant by not disturbing the two, all 5 inner Senshis, Mamoru and Hotaru, had the exact same dream. Well, Usagi had a dream of Uranus, apparently.
Well, it was like Usagi started off having a dream about Uranus, but it turned into a dream about the talismans, and that part is the part that everyone shared.
Yeah. There was 2 shows that was coming up. One of them was Michiru, and the other one was One of the Witches 5.
In disguise as a normal Mugen student.
And guess who wanted to see that chick?
Our resident idol otaku. Oh, Minako. I understand you.
Totally. On the side note, there was like a really beautiful scene of Chibiusa and Hotaru becoming friends.
I loved the background music in that scene. I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And it was just a beautiful scene in general.
On the way back from Hotaru's, the 2 outer Senshis decide to give her a sweet ride.
Well, as in their civilian identities.
Of course.
And this is the first time outside of Usagi's dream that we see Haruka not in male clothes.
So that shows perfectly sense that it's Haruka's a female. To show that Haruka is a female. Henceforth, what was said that only females is allowed to be senshis.
Yeah. I'm guessing she was dressed in more quote-unquote girly clothes because, there weren't people around, and I guess she's somewhat famous, and most people think she's a guy, but because there weren't any people around, she didn't have to worry about pretending to be a guy. Also, apparently, nobody ever told Chibiusa about stranger danger and to not get into helicopters with people she doesn't know, because she just says, "Hey, do you guys know Usagi? Okay, I'll go with you." And Chibiusa, no. But if a stranger offers you helicopter ride, don't take it. That's the life lesson for all of you listeners.
Yeah.
So, the Senshi plus Mamoru plus Chibiusa all go to Michiu's concert because they all have tickets for that, so go for it. But Minako will not be tamed, and she's going to see that idol concert. So what does she do but whip out an artifact from her Sailor V days, the Crescent Moon Compact, and use it to transform herself into a Mugen student to get into the Mugen Students Only idol concert.
Which she chose as a guy.
Yeah, I don't know why she decided to do it as a guy, but it was cute.
Yeah. I wonder who else turned into a guy using her transformation item.
But just as a note, if you remember when we did our episode about the Sailor V manga, or if you just read the Sailor V manga, that Crescent Moon Compact did come up several times. So it was already established as being something she had, and it was really cool to see it come up again.
You know, of course, there was like a huge battle and everything like that.
We see Mercury's new attack, Aqua Mirage, which is beautiful.
And the Wink Sword, Venus Wink Sword.
Mm-hmm. Well, we saw that in the first episode.
Yeah. Which we've probably failed to mention in the first place. We are so sorry.
I mentioned it.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
Oops. My bad. Ugh.
It was very quick, but I did mention it.
Yeah.
See how we see that? And we also see two other new attacks, being Neptune Deep Submerge and Uranus World Shaking.
Mm-hmm.
Which I am really excited to see the full versions of, because World Shaking had one of my all-time favorite animations in the first anime. So I really want to see what they do with it for this one.
No. Oh, what I was absolutely surprised is, you know the duet that they do?
Hmm?
For the ending, the duet?
Yeah.
The two introduce themselves, then it goes straight into the ending.
Yeah, that was a really good.
It's kind of like, first thought is like, introduce. Then they start to reform.
Yeah. That they just sang during their introduction.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Neptune and Uranus' transformations too.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I hope they actually extended it more than what the classic one does.
Yeah.
Because all it was like a circle and stuff came out of the air.
Yeah,
Not the air, from the ground.
Yeah, if they add a little more detail to all of the Outer Senchi's transformations, that would be cool.
And if they ever do the Galaxia thing, I hope they actually give Saturn her own transformation.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I think she had a transformation in the original, didn't she?
Not a full one. Not a full one. Because it was the wand, then her, like her hair, then the pose. There was no added thing in the middle. So there's a lot of fan transformations based around what could have happened. One of them, I remember seeing is like the other Outer Senchis with the circle.
I could have sworn I saw. Maybe I saw a fan transformation and thought it was a video.
Yeah.
But so the episode ends with Uranus and Neptune finally introducing themselves. There were a couple little differences in the manga. First off, the anime does a bit of a better version of, again, showing what exactly was going on in that shared dream they all had that freaked them out so bad. It showed, like the destruction that was going on, whereas the anime had a single panel where it wasn't really clear what was happening. One thing that I thought was interesting is, at least in the Kodansha translation of the manga, after Usagi has the dream where she pictures Haruka as a woman, after that, whenever she sees Haruka, she refers to her as she. She uses female pronouns. Like, when she sees her in front of the arcade, she calls her a girl. And when she sees her at the concert, she calls her a girl. Whereas in the anime, at least according to the subtitles, she was still calling Haruka he. So that was just interesting to me.
I think that is another factor that was added in is that Haruka was wearing a dress while she was in the copter, and when they were leaving, Yusaki saw Haruka in a dress.
Yeah.
I think that might be on purpose. I think.
Okay, she saw her in the anime too, and she still. I guess actually in the anime, she didn't mention any kind of pronoun when she saw her at the concert. So.
No, but in the classic animation, it did say that she is a girl.
Mm-hmm.
And the disappointment of the centuries.
The last little change, kind of in reverse of the last episode, I like how the anime did this fight better than the manga. Because in the manga, Venus just uses the whip chain sword attack on Mimet, and then all the other Senshi come in. But Sailor Moon's the only one who uses her attack, and then everything is finished aside from when Uranus and Neptune come in. But in the manga, each of the Senshi got to, do something and be useful. And it let Mercury debut her new attack early. So that's always nice.
Mm. And that's basically all the episodes for the month of April. Man, it's only a few days ago and I keep on forgetting. What's wrong with these people? As promised, we will go over the four sectors that has been announced. When I was looking for roles that you guys probably would have known, I found out that they'd already been credited for their roles as they came in their respective times. When we got this information of the cast members, they were new to us, so I apologize. So the first person that we're going to go over is
Misato Fukuen, who is Chibiusa.
Precure fans, we have Cure Happy. We have another Cure lead in Sailor Moon. Of course, she also.
I guess Toei is doing them both, so
yeah.
it makes sense they draw. That's why I've seen comics people have drawn where basically the reason that the animation budget and everything went up for this season is because some money fell off of the Precure pile into the Sailor Moon pile.
Yeah. Miyuku. And also she did for Smile Precure Bad End Happy. For you Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood fans,
she was Alicia Hughes.
And I'm so gonna butcher this, but for the English I'm gonna say, remember the English translation, which is Twin Princesses of the Star Plane, or something like that along those lines.
It's Fushigi Boshi no I can't say it.
Futokoheim.
Fushigi Boshi no Futago Hime.
And also the spin-off Goo.
Yeah.
You probably recognize Princess Loini.
Or Leon, I think.
One of those two. I love that series.
I have never heard of it.
I'll tell you a bit about it off. Or, actually, I'll tell you more about it during the break.
Okay.
Now we're going to Artemis, who is...
Yohei Obayashi. Has apparently done a lot of VA work for animes with, minor and supporting characters. Like, Catherine Sins, Precure, again.
Of course.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V, which HellenJane would know all about.
Which is still current. It's still current where this is going.
And, Steins Gate. The last VA we hadn't talked about was Shoko Nakagawa, who is apparently mostly known for her work with Pokemon, but she is actually a professional singer And she did the voice of Rapunzel in the Japanese dub of Tangled. So there you go. There's your information on the newest VAs that we hadn't already covered.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a quick break. I would tell Katie about that series briefly while you guys enjoy Kiraki Sailor Dream, or Glittering Sailor Dream in English, sung by Say.
Yes. Kirari Sailor Dream is my favorite song to come out of the PGSM live action series. So I hope you guys enjoy it as we revisit it, because I'm pretty sure we used it last season.
Mm-hmm.
瞳はいつもジュエルボディにまとうラメアちゃん生きてゆくことは Try a chance ここにある
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed Kirari Sailor Dream.
Mm-hmm. This part is a continuation from the episode's discussions. We thought, since it's a Phase 4, we will give our thoughts on 4 key things. Just a heads up, we won't go over transformations until we see the outer senses transformations. So when that happens, we will go over all 6. 6? 8?
8.
8. There we go. I was way off a bit. I'm not that very good at math. True story. So the transformation parts is our 4th point, but that's for another day. Our other 3 points that we want to give our impressions on is the music, art style, and quality. Starting off with music.
You go ahead first.
Yeah. Of course, 4 episodes. Well, now 5 episodes in when this has been uploaded. To me, the music is alright, but it's not that good as the first 2 arcs. Of course, it does suit the tone at certain scenes, but when it comes to like kicking butt and those fight scenes, it doesn't have that huge don't mess with us. If you do, we will beat you into the next millennium kind of vibe. Sure, some people will disagree, but that's my personal take on it, and I might change my opinion when the 4th set has been aired.
Alright. Well, I am one of the people who disagrees. I really love the new music. I did notice some of the background stings and stuff is still what they used from the first season, but I think what they have brought in that's new, it's definitely different. It doesn't have that choir arrangement thing to it, and I don't know. I really like it. I think it's really pretty. I think it's a bit more serious in tone than the first 2 arcs were, which I guess is appropriate because things do get a little bit darker in this season. But I think it's appropriate to the scenes. I know we said we're not going to talk about transformations, but I do just want to say that I adore the transformation music so much. I think it perfectly goes with all of them, like each little nuance that each senshi gets for their own transformation. I love it.
Mm.
As for I'm listening more to both the opening and the ending, I really agree with HellenJane about the opening. I think it could have been really great if they had a more powerful vocalist, because the opening animation is so dynamic and cool, and the background music, when I listen to it, is also really pretty powerful, and, it could pick up, but the vocalist just leads everything to this really relaxed and low-key place, and it doesn't feel right for a Sailor Moon opening to me.
Bring on version 2.
I still adore Eternal Eternity. I just love it more every time I hear it. The visuals, the lyrics, the song itself, I love all of it. And I really love that part near the end, how they each have a line that incorporates the words Haruka and Michiru as they are, as vocabulary words and not just names. That's really clever to me, and I love it. I just love Eternal Eternity.
Oh, would you like to do a duet with them?
If I could sing, I definitely would.
Because now you can. You can actually do a duet.
Did someone upload the individual parts?
The official Sailor Moon 20th YouTube channel did.
Oh, that's awesome. We'll include links in the description. And if any of you guys do a duet with Haruka or Michiru, link us so we can tell everyone.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. It's kind of a shame that they don't have, like the complete karaoke, which you can do with someone else. But they do have one with Haruka, and the other one with Michiru. And how they did it is, like, they took out one of the parts, and you sing with the other senshi.
Mm-hmm. That's adorable.
It's really, really cool. So have fun, guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a look at those, like, once we're done.
The art style. Would you like to go first this time?
Yeah, okay. Okay, you guys know I was always one to defend Season 1's animation. I first to admit there were hiccups, there were weird anatomy errors, but I saw what they were trying to do and I really appreciated it. And I still hold that there were some really beautiful scenes of animation and some really beautiful stills. There were parts, like, when you could tell that they basically directly translated a panel from the manga. I loved that, and I thought a lot of those were gorgeous. That being said, I am so glad that it's already apparent that Season 2 has more polished animation. They've had more time and more of a budget to really prevent some of the more glaring errors that the first season had. The style, I think, helps a lot because it's still close enough to the first season's animation that it's still, it's obviously the same anime. But it also has touches of the original series' art that makes it a bit softer and rounder. Naoko's style is very graceful. It's very long and flowing, and everyone has very skinny, willowy limbs, which makes for both some beautiful illustrations, but also, if you look in the manga, some really wonky anatomy at times, much like the first season had. So I think that trying to emulate that style, which, when not done carefully, is really prone to looking weird, I think that probably had a lot to do with the animation hiccups that we saw last time around. But with this newer style that's updated to be just a little bit, not thicker per se, but a bit rounder, a bit softer, not quite so long and lean and stuff, it's easier to, it's just a little bit closer to, like, actual human proportions, so that, if there's a little fudge somewhere, it isn't as obvious that, wow, that's a really messed up arm or whatever. So I think the new style is both beautiful in its own right, and I think both a bigger budget, more time, and the new style has helped to really increase the quality of the artwork.
I absolutely agree. When I saw the first episode, I was like, there isn't that much of a change with the art except for the cats.
Mm-hmm.
Because now, like, Luna, Artemis, and Diana, their face is more shaped like an actual cat, which I think is closer to the manga, I believe.
Actually, the manga pretty much had the same as the first anime and the first season of Crystal. The cats have always had pretty much little round oval heads. This is the first time I've really seen them been given little cheek tufts.
So it's more to a real cat than the manga then.
Mm-hmm.
That still doesn't sit well with me, because we're all used to have them having rounded, like the round heads and the cute, adorable eyes. I do mean Luna's eyes as well. But when I with that detail aside, it's like, wow. It's, you can't really tell the difference. even you can't really tell that some of the girls doesn't have the lip gloss as it was in season 1 of Crystal. It's really amazing.
What's funny to me, because I was doing a bit of fact checking when I was taking notes, and I went back to watch the Masquerade episode of the first season, and maybe it's just me because I was really specifically critically looking at it, but I could actually tell that there was just such a big leap, even though it was really tiny differences that were made, but it was enough of them that the animation of this new season, just to me, looks just a lot better. I still liked the first season, but now that we have this to compare it to, I just definitely agree that I think it's better.
Mm. Which brings up to the quality. Just like Katie, I did a bit of research, this was unintentional. I was randomly watching transformation videos of the girls and came across a comparison video with the two versions of the transformation in Crystal. Again, we won't be talking in depth, but the quality looks like it came straight from Blu-ray or straight from a HD TV if you're watching the DVD on it. The lighting for some reason is more lighter than the first season's quality, because what I saw is like the first season, it's darker, it's kind of like more, have that, you can see the serious tone, while in the version that we know, well, from the last 5 episodes, it's much more lighter, which really matches the skin tone and everything. But it's something that is different from what we've seen before. I assume it's a business decision, of course, with like a bigger budget and all that kind of stuff. But why take the serious tone away from the transformations when it's like they're ready to kick some butt?
I'm guessing it's because if they brighten it up, it's easier to see. That would be my first guess.
Yeah.
For me, quality overall, like I said, animation is the biggest one, I think. And I love the music from the first season, so I wouldn't say that the new music is an improvement in quality, but I do think that the new music is also great. I know HellenJane and I disagree on that.
Yeah.
But, so I would say it maintains its quality there, even if it's different. Little things like, first off, like I said, I know we're not going to talk too much about transformations, but so many people were relieved to see the 2D back instead of the 3D. As much as I defended the 3D, as I said, it's cool to see something new. I agree. I like the new ones better. So I think that was a big leap in quality.
Yeah.
And from what I remember, I don't see them doing that soft shading that they did in the first season, which was kind of indicative of we were in a hurry and didn't have much of a budget. So I haven't seen them take as many little cost-cutting, time-saving shortcuts as they did in the first anime, where you could point out and go like, oh, that's not very good, but I know why they did it. Things just seem like they could pay more attention to them, and they did. And I love it so far.
And it took them about around 6 months, was it?
Yeah.
And they did a really good job during those months, and it really shows with, like, taking their time and making sure there's no animation errors, and if there is, trying to make them as minimal as possible. They did a really good job.
Now, it is definitely worth noting that the reason that they got more money, more time, more attention to pay for this is because of the first season's success. One of the reasons why they weren't given much for the first season is because they didn't really know how popular it was going to be. I mean, Sailor Moon is pretty much always a surefire thing, but a remake is still kind of risky, and they didn't know how people were going to take it exactly. So they didn't want to invest too much in it if it ended up not being enough of a return. So every time that, you guys watch it on one of the official sites where they record views, like Hulu, Neon Alley, and Crunchyroll, and just any time that Sailor Moon is supported with views and dollars, or Sailor Moon Crystal specifically, that's what's going to get them more money to do better animation, pay more attention to the quality of the episodes that they're doing, and even make further seasons. So it's really important that all of us, if we want to see more, we have to keep supporting it.
And that does include the first Crystal season for Blu-ray and DVD. Because, like Katie said, they didn't know how popular it's going to be. And basically, if it wasn't for you guys, they wouldn't actually go back, take their time, and fix up any animation errors.
Exactly.
And everything like that, so...
And for anyone who, that uses the ad-free thing, or you can't afford DVDs, or you can't really afford merch, believe me, I'm not a rich person myself. I understand. I know ads are annoying and they kind of suck, but like I said, the revenue generated by ads through like Hulu or Crunchyroll, if you don't have a subscription, that's more money that goes to the Sailor Moon team. So even though I totally understand I am personally offended that the internet makes me see ads now, I turn off my ad blocker for Sailor Moon. So even just consider doing something like that as well, because it's more money for Sailor Moon.
Well, we're going to take another quick break. Still sticking with the theme of PGSM. We are having a look at Minako's image song called Happy Time, Happy Life, sung by her actress,
Ayaka Komatsu.
And we will be back.
I guess this is unavoidable. Alright, just take the mic and go.
I will, thank you. When you mentioned Naru last week, it reminded me of an interesting fact about dubbing a popular Japanese accent. The Kansai accent is also known as an Osakan accent, but the Kansai area includes several more cities than just Osaka. It's typically associated with loud, fun-loving, happy characters, though the connotations can also imply that they're stupid or rude. It's sort of the American equivalent to rednecks. Sometimes a character who fits the description of a stereotypical Osakan will be given the Kansai accent even if they aren't actually from the region. When dubbed, these accents are normally translated as either a southern accent or a Brooklyn or New Jersey accent, depending on both the character and where the studio who's doing the dubbing is located. Popular examples of the northeastern accent would be our own Molly from Sailor Moon and Joey Wheeler from Yu-Gi-Oh! Examples of using a southern accent would be Ayumu Kasuga from Azumanga Daioh and Nanako Kuori from Lucky Star. See, this was a super interesting fact and they tried to cut it out last week, but I'm bringing it to you because you deserve to know. Now enjoy the song.
抱きしめて離さないでねハッピースタイム悲しみも二人でハッピータイムハッピーデイズハッピーライフハッピータイムキスして永遠太陽見ててもいいのよハッピースタイム恋して気づいたねハッピータイムハッピーでハッピーライフハッピータイムハッピーデイズハッピータイムハッピーライフゴールドハッピータイムハッピーデイズハッピータイムハッピーライフ
Did we talk about this last week, but didn't make it into the final cut?
Yeah, and you know how that bugs them.
Yeah. But now that is sorted, welcome back, guys.
Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed Happy Time, Happy Life.
Now, this much of the podcast is really, really recent. If you haven't followed the news on moonkitty.net or subscribe to his weekly email, which I definitely recommend you guys do, then you guys haven't noticed that there has been more Pop Bunko figures being released. And this time is our favourite Senshi and Guy.
That's right. They were announced at the Toy Fair 2016. There will be 7 to collect. Because there will be Sailor Moon, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Mars, Jupiter, Venus, and Tuxedo Common. And then there's also a second limited edition Sailor Moon that will be exclusive to Hot Topic.
The difference between the regular Sailor Moon and the limited edition is that A, the limited edition has a bigger head. And number 2, Luna would have the trademark Crescent Moon, but she will have the bandages on her forehead instead.
That's a cute little nod.
Yeah. If you want to get the limited edition, best to get it now. I do not know if Hot Topic does international shipping. I kind of doubt that they do. But if you're America and you're near Hot Topic, grab one fast.
Yeah.
You can actually find these now. Not only at Hot Topic, but for the other 6 Pop Bunkos, it's at this is state money, US money, $11 each.
And I know the non-limited edition ones you can get on like Amazon and places like that.
Yeah. Or if you want to get it over from Mighty Ape, they are also selling these in New Zealand dollars for $22.98, and by conversion prices it's probably around 11 US anyway, minus shipping. But if you want, you can get the 6 Bunkos, and sorry we do not have the limited edition. The limited edition Sailor Moon is Hot Topic only. This is what we understand. around $119. I know it sounds much, but
Well, when you consider that that's all 6 of them, that's a big discount than if you bought them individually.
and they will be available in New Zealand from the 27th of May, just in time for Armageddon.
There you go.
So I am so excited for these. I'm also hoping that when able to, they can add on, because when just like the pull-up dolls, which I can say in this moment, there is no updated pull-up dolls. Whew. They will add Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and Saturn, and any of the villains as they choose, because they basically do it to the Disney line, Doctor Who if able to. What else?
Funko is basically making these pop vinyls of every person, real or fictional, who has ever lived. So I'm sure they will get the Outer Senshis and villains and the Starlights. I'm sure they're coming.
Yeah. Please, Funko, make that happen. We already had a bit of a discussion about this off screen when this was actually announced officially that they're going to be on sale. I tagged Katie in the post in a post saying that I know which one you're going to wanted, assuming it was Sailor Mars.
And she was right.
Not only that, but you wanted the head. Don't take this the wrong way, but the head of Sailor Moon, the limited edition, because it's bigger.
Yeah.
I am planning to get, if they're still in stock after Armageddon, because I'm going through that, of course, to get the normal Sailor Moon and Luna Funko.
You should do a review of them when you get them.
Okay. But yeah.
So, sometimes the merch we do is kind of harder to get. It's like a Japanese exclusive item or something. But this should be something where if it appeals to you, it should actually be pretty easy to get your hands on. It's not too expensive. It's available in a wide variety of locations. Mm-hmm. You don't have to order it from overseas or anything. This should be something anybody could get 1 or 2 of if they want.
Yeah.
Alright. That about does it for this episode of Moonie Thoughts. If you have any questions, suggestions, topic suggestions, anything you want us to hear, you can email us at mooniethoughts@gmail.com. We also have a Twitter account at Yukai56.
Now, the next podcast is on June 8th or June 7th. The reason why we pushed it forward is that this month is going to be super busy. Because I have things on, Katie has things on, we both have our birthdays, things like that. And
to make it technically the first Wednesday for everyone over there in HellenJane's side of the world, it would be June 1st, which would mean it would still be May 31st over here. And we just want to give ourselves a little more time than that to make sure we can get everything finished up when the end of the month is already going to be so busy.
Yeah, and on that week for me, is Con Week, and I want to make sure they get everything sorted before I go. So let's go through our usual thanks.
Alright, special thanks to Moon Kitty,
Sailor Moon Wiki,
wikimoon.org,
Crunchyroll,
Sailor Moon Collectibles.
and you guys.
We wouldn't do it without you.
Totally.
Alright, I think we're done.
Yep, so we will see you in basically the first full week of June.
See you guys next time. Keep watching Sailor Moon Crystal. Bye.